Madam Speaker, when we reached Monyonyo,
it was the 11th hour for Parliament to decide on the controversial Protection of Sovereignty Bill 2026, which also called for an urgent NRM Parliamentary Caucus meeting.
Bill 2026.
During the sitting, the Leader of Opposition, Joel Senyonyi, tried to negotiate with the MPs to consider rejecting the bill, citing insufficient consultations. This did not yield results.
And there is precedents where ministers have been told, no, those so many amendments, just withdraw the bill and reintroduce it perhaps. What the Minister for Internal Affairs and Attorney General should have done was to withdraw this bill.
Honorable Love,
But Madam Speaker, you're not even allowing me to submit.
The chairperson of the Defense and Internal Affairs Committee, Wilson Kajwenje, presented the Joint Committee report justifying the need to provide for stricter regulation on foreign influence.
I want to report that yes, we interacted with the Governor Bank of Uganda actually twice. After we had gotten proposals, we flashed to him, and the Governor Bank of Uganda also agreed with the committee and sent us more amendments, which we incorporated.
The committee agrees with the government position that the country faces strange acts by agents of foreigners, especially civil society and non-governmental organizations, which have continuously received foreign funding to destabilize government policies.
That all institutions and individuals already supervised by a regulator established under an Act of Parliament should be exempted from the bill.
The House witnessed 6 minority reports centered on disputing the urgency and the speedy treatment accorded to the legislation. The MPs accused the chairpersons of the Joint Committee of locking out most of the concerns of the committee members and sided with the proponents of the bill.
The co-chairpersons, Honorable Kajwenje Wilson and Honorable Baka Mugabe Stephen, were evidently partial, hostile, and continuously switched off the microphone of members in the committee they perceived to be against the bill. Contrary to the established practices of availing physical copies of submissions,
that 700 people sent memorandums to the committee, but only 47 of them were accounted for. I feel so silenced. Is it your ruling that the people from Mukono should not be heard?
The opposition wing went ahead to claim that the bill is sensitive in nature and the 11th Parliament risks diluting its integrity if it passes.
Then the minister should move under Rule 140 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament to withdraw the bill, incorporate the proposed amendments, and have the bill reintroduced for the first reading. The Attorney General can act on behalf of the minister on such a matter. If he agrees with such, so that they withdraw the bill, go and incorporate the proposed changes.
Wish to remind colleagues that Uganda is here to stay, and therefore there is no need for firefighting. The country must not be stampeded into criminalizing politics, because politics seems to be left as the only target in the name and behind the curtain of sovereignty and security. The existing laws were not enacted in vain. They must be allowed to serve their purpose.
The Protection of Sovereignty Bill 2026 was altered after the Attorney General and the Minister of State for Internal Affairs made last-minute formal amendments. The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Monk, defended the process, saying the objectives did not change. The House witnessed a contradiction between the interests and the interpretation of the intended legislation, as the critics maintain that the bill contravenes several provisions in the Constitution, including Article 1, which dictates the sovereignty of Uganda. The MPs voted in favor of the motion brought by the government chief whip, Hamson Obua, to allow the House to suspend the provisions to debate the committee report. At this point, most of the members in the opposition wing walked out. At the committee stage, the Joint Committee formally tabled several amendments as guided by the Attorney General Chirwa Kiwanuka, including reducing on the penalties to offenders and restricting the bill to apply to only agents of foreigners.
Nothing in this act shall be construed as prohibiting or requiring compliance with this act for lawful foreign direct investment, portfolio investment, diaspora remittances, export proceeds, trade finance, commercial loans, humanitarian assistance.
The Protection of Sovereignty Bill 2026 was finally passed into law.
But I also want to thank God for the patience that He gave me. That patience was World War. That was World War patience. But I want to thank all of you